Bit of an unfortunate noise there that just made Chris Dobey wince a little bit, and he's made a couple of players wince in this tournament. Dobey has been one of the top performers so far in the UK Open finals, but he's running into another one in the form of the ferret Jonny Clayton. Paul Nicholson joins me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through the evening's action.
Yeah, you're right, Murph, because when you look at the stats, these are the two hottest performers, really, when it comes to people still left in the tournament. Stats-wise, I think there's no exaggeration that Chris has been brilliant so far after yesterday's game with Ratajski. He was equally as efficient against Simon Whitlock on the main stage earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, both seeded players in the world's top 32, so have only had to play a couple of matches. 82. In contrast to Kyle McKinstry, who we'll see later on here on stage 2. He's the only man in the tournament that's been involved in all 5 rounds before this. Eric off to a flyer.
Something's definitely clicked this weekend for Jonny Clayton, hasn't it? Because even though he's played steadily this season so far, we haven't seen anything close to this. 9 darts thrown. Make that 10 for double 12.
57.
Well, 139 is a very, very big ask to hold your throat. It's not going to go, but I'm not going to back against Chris doing anything after what we saw last night.
He's had 2 goes. That 212, third time of asking. Clayton hits a double and earns himself an early break of throw. Jonny Clayton, a tournament average in the same range as Dobey, 102. He's averaged more than 100 in each of his matches. 10-7 victory against Scott Waits and a 10-4 win earlier against his good friend Joe Cullen.
83.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that the draw wasn't particularly kind to JC. And getting Scott Waits when he was playing so well yesterday, it was a bad draw, but he negotiated it very, very well. Get the feeling that maybe Jonny Clayton has a little bit more support in this Reds audience because of its proximity to South Wales, if anything is to go by from the Gerwyn Price performance this afternoon, where it was vastly Welsh.
Once again, he's on 81. Fabulous, fabulous start to this match from Jonny Clayton. 3 140s, 81 remaining.
68.
Well, I'm surprised he went that way. He didn't need to. That's a bit of a lack of awareness from Jonny Clayton.
I'm not surprised by that, because Jonny wouldn't mind me saying this, but his tactics on the dartboard and counting aren't the greatest.
Yeah, lack of tactics and counting, I think.
Sometimes it's just talent that gets you over the line. It's talent that gives him a 2-0 lead. Yes, he didn't have to go the 12 in bull stroke treble 12 double 13 route, but he's got the leg up in the bank. But in a different scenario, that could have hurt him.
Well, he's had 100, a 180, and 4 140s in his scoring visits.
100.
Yet, have a scoring visit in the first 3 legs of less than 3 figures, Jonny Clayton.
Yeah, Chris's first start has not been perfect yet, but that visit is much better, as was the previous one. So maybe he's just starting to find his range. He can't afford to let Jonny Clayton sprint away. He's a really, really strong front runner. I can't ignore the fact that Jonny Clayton has made a major final at this complex. Plays championship finals where he didn't get the trophy, but left with his head held high, and that was pretty much the week where everything started to come good for JC.
Yeah, that was the Clayton catalyst. We've seen him since then pick up 3 titles in the PDC.
56.
He's met Chris Dobey twice before in a slight quirk of fixtures. Both of those meetings in the last 16 of tournaments.
140.
of course, in the last 16 here. And it's still best of 19 legs. Tops for Chris.
94.
Offers Jonny the chance to shut him out for a 3-0 lead.
Well, the one hope for Dobey here is that Clayton hasn't taken any check-out first chance yet, but he has now, and he does have a 3-0 lead. Very, very nicely done indeed. Jonny Clayton has just started a little bit more strongly than Dobey in this match. Just seems to be more alert, more awake, more ready for it.
140.
Well, this is prime Jonny Clayton, I will say that. He is capable of living with some of the best in the world. Some of the games he's had with Van Gerwen on the tour have been delicious.
140.
But when he's playing like this and timing his shots so well, he is extremely hard to beat.
Magnetic arrows from Jonny Clayton. And a wonderful start from the Welshman, looking to restore a little bit of national pride. Many of you have been watching the rugby on ITV. If you are watching in Wales, well, one, why aren't you here? Because plenty of people from Wales are. And two, you'll be surely cheering on Jonny Clayton and Gerwyn Price on your split screen or multi-screen setup at home.
One thing I will say from Chris Dobey's standpoint right now, he's played fabulously this weekend so far, but when you're up against someone like Jonny Clayton doing what he's doing right now, it's demoralising. It doesn't matter what you do, he's going to take you out. Double 12. Gets the sixes, and yet again he shuts out Dobey for 4-0. This is a blitzkrieg type start.
I mentioned those two meetings on the floor, both of them last year.
58.
Chris Dobey in the most recent one, just under a year ago, about 10 months, beat Jonny Clayton 6-0. Looking for a bit of revenge here, the Ferrets.
60.
Have Ferrets got good memories?
Ferret never forgets, that's how it goes, isn't it, Paul?
Is that true?
I know the elephants are in that category. I've no idea about the cognitive ability of ferrets, to be honest, but I will do my research better next time.
He's just not missing much. So many two treble visits. Suffocation scoring from the Welshman, who will feature in the World Cup in the middle part of the year with Gerwyn Price. Looking to go one better than Gezi and Mark Webster did a few seasons ago. Maybe underperforming the last couple of years, do you think?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. They have been a strong team. Hasn't quite gelled. I think a lot of it is down to
95.
the inconsistency of Clayton. Never quite sure which Clayton is going to turn up. I think what will be positive for Clayton, whatever happens in this tournament, is that the same one has turned up in every match.
First time Clayton has really approached a finish poorly. Another one of those would be handy. Gets it. Forces Clayton to take out the Barney.
It's been all about the approach play from Jonny Clayton, but he was threatening the finish there. Dobey, well, this is going to feel hard. He's only had one dart at double in this match.
Collective groan here at Reds, and an ironic smile at that double 18 from Chris. And Clayton has been lethal in this department. And he is again. He is punishing Dobey in more ways than I can possibly tell you.
This is an electric start from Jonny Clayton. Chris Dobey is the man that many were talking about because of that wonderful display last night that we had here on stage 2 when he beat Krzysztof Ratajski in the most dramatic fashion in the highest quality match that we've seen so far at the UK Open this weekend. He then followed it up with a 10-5 win against Simon Whitlock, more conventional out on the main stage. So Chris Dobey here is caught in the Clayton crossfire.
Well, he's maintaining or slightly enhancing his performances in this tournament so far, isn't he? Average of just short of 103. And if he can maintain that throughout the tournament, who's to say he isn't going to be lifting the trophy?
134.
I think Jonny Clayton could honestly say that he's going under the radar and other people are taking the headlines, but it's these kinds of performances that make us believe that he can win one of these.
Yeah, I think for both of these players as well, they haven't had it easy, have they? Whitlock and Ratajski, who have won multiple PDC titles between them, and one's on the big stage as well for Chris Dobey, and then Jonny Clayton, Scott Waite's the former Lakeside and Grand Slam winner, and Joe Cullen, his good mate, who we know what he can do. Has been in and out of the top 16 for the last couple of years.
I don't mind that shot to leave double 15 at all. Now it's got to be 15 ball. He's got to get this right. Bullseye. Oh, I thought for a second he might have just got that.
Dobey left this double 15. It's the one that he hits first, having squandered his previous 3 double attempts. Should have been 4 because one came inside the double 9. He could have been in a similar position there, but Chris Dobey will be feeling a little bit better now, having seen his opponent miss a dart for a 6-0 lead.
Now Chris Dobey there massaging his inner Michael Smith by leaving double 15, because we know that Bully Boy loves double 15. And to tell you a tiny little story that connects the two of them, when Chris Dobey made his European Championship debut in Hasselt, Belgium, he had his luggage lost on the way there, didn't have his own clothes, didn't have his own darts, ended up using in his debut Michael Smith's darts, and didn't come out the winner, but didn't do himself any harm at all, played quite well, and when he flew home back to Newcastle, they promptly lost his luggage again. So talk about a bad weekend.
94.
Yeah, plenty of those kind of tales from the tour. Of course, those of you who are watching us on Facebook and looking to subscribe to PDC TV, will get the benefit of the European Tour as well. A couple more of those tournaments coming up at the end of March. Next weekend, back to the bread and butter of Barnsley Pro Tour stuff. Right now, here's a big one here in Minehead, and Clayton looking to take out a big one. Treble 17 earns him a dart at the bull.
96.
On the green, not in the hole.
619s. He'll be disappointed to come up short on that first one.
90.
Clayton staring down the barrel of 6-1. Starting to miss in those small changes that he's made to different doubles, and now Dobey's getting more chances.
In top stop from Dobey. Just staying in touch, just not letting Jonny Clayton get too far ahead. Remember, a break after 10 legs. Still possible that we could go in at 5 apiece, Paul.
I'm not going to say that that can't happen, because it happened this afternoon. Michael van Gerwen went 5-0 up against Jason Lowe, and at the next break it was 5-5.
We have seen plenty of players reel off runs of legs here on stage 2 as well. Gary Anderson, 8 out of 9 in seeing off Simon Stevenson. Daryl Gurney was 7-1 down against Willie O'Connor. Ended up winning that one 10-9, but after surviving match darts. Tonight, following this, will be Jamie Hughes against Mencio Suljevic, and Dimitri van den Berg against Kyle McKinstry, the surprise name in the pack, before Rob Cross and Stephen Bunting end the action on stage 2 for this year's UK Open.
Well, Chris wants those back, that's for sure.
25.
Johnny's got a bucket load of darts to take care of this one. He'll go for the ball if he gets to 51. That's the kind of player he is.
137.
One subject I've been talking about a lot since we went to the best of 19 format
42.
is where you want to position yourself after 10 legs at the break. As Jonny Clayton finds his way to 6-2, If Chris Dobey is 8-2 down, I don't see a way back. 7-3, I'm tilting my hand and saying, maybe. He's thinking, come on, I can get to 6-4. If I can get to 6-4, this is a game.
Differing fortunes for the pair last time they were in Minehead. Clayton beaten 6-0, if you remember, the Players' Championship finals by Ryan Meikle in the first round. Dobey went all the way to the semi-finals, eventually beaten 11-8 by Gerwyn Price.
Yeah, that Meikle game was really weird, though. Meikle was just hitting everything, and Jonny couldn't buy a shot. Just one of those strange days where nothing goes right. If I remember rightly as well, Meikle was imperious on double 10. I don't think he missed one.
And Chris in a strong position in this leg. And he will be feeling a little more relaxed than he was 10 minutes ago. Having hit 2 leg-winning doubles now.
Too many times the first start has come up short, and if he is going to say something to himself at the break after the next couple of legs, it's that he has to lift that first start, and he's got to plant it in the top half of that 60 more often.
59, 40.
Nicely done. Dobey not letting Clayton disappear into the distance, and there may yet be a distance to go in this match. What did you make of the draw for the last 16? Or what is the standout tie, or maybe a couple that you can pick out for us?
I like the look of Gurney against Wright. I think Peter's got to be hot favourite for that based on form. But looking at a side MVG versus Wade, which speaks for itself, I like the Gary Anderson-Jelle Klassen game, because Jelle got a somewhat unexpected big win over Steve West this afternoon. He's played very well this weekend so far. So you've got to give him credit for getting to the last 16, which probably not many people would have tipped. So I think that's a very, very even match.
Yeah, they're the last couple of games on the main stage this evening. Before that, Gerwyn Price against Gabriel Clements. That's in play now, 1 apiece.
140.
Michael Van Gerwen against James Wade. Tasty tie, featuring a man who won here 10-1 on stream 2 earlier on in the machine, and Van Gerwen, who was taken to a last leg decider against Jason Lowe this afternoon.
It's not looking likely that Chris Dobey can get to 6-4 down at the break.
82.
Well, it would have to be all kinds of perfect from here and rely on a Clayton meltdown.
Sensibly goes to the bull with dart 2.
135.
Wonderfully done. Somehow finds a way to 170. That was very creative. Now it's got to be 15 bull for Clayton, surely. Double 10.
61. Christian O'Connell, 170.
305. He had 3 darts ago. He's not going to extinguish that in 6. Ferret will come back looking.
95.
Double 5 to lead 7-3.
He's go 3, double 1. Favourite double.
8.
Not on this occasion. The reason he went for 3 is because he hates double 2. Now, double double. 2 double 18s. Did it last night on a 92 out. Got to do the same.
Can't find it. Thought about it and heeded your advice, Paul Nicholson. But Jonny Clayton does hit that favourite double 1 and puts himself in a commanding position at the break. 7-3 ahead against Chris Dobey. It will be interesting to talk to you after the break, Paul, about how both players will be feeling about this, because Dobey could have got closer, but he also could have been much further behind. We'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes to find out how it plays out, but Hollywood has work to do if he's going to remain in the script in the 2020 UK Open.